guys, it's Lexi. I have a haul today to share with you from K's. This is actually a video that I have filmed previously, and then somewhere along uploading it, it got like just lost, or like part of it got lost. So I ended up just scrapping the whole thing. I went on a vacation, I've come home, and now I'm finally sitting down to film just like a few videos today. So I was like, I might as well just throw this in there. So I don't have all of the like details behind like how it came packaged and everything. From my memory, I think it came packaged like super well. There was like this cute kind of like floral tissue paper and everything. Even the samples, which there was like a lot of samples, even those were like packaged individually with like tissue paper. So I remember it being packaged really well. I just don't have it to share with you guys. And it did come with a business card, and I want to say that there was like something else in there, like maybe like a piece of candy or something, maybe. Yeah, I think like a chocolate. I think there was like a little like chocolate in there too. So it had a ton of samples. I think there was like 6 or 7 at least samples, if not more. And they were all like awesome samples. I can tell you that for a fact, that they were all really awesome, because I have melted all of those samples since. I ended up taking them on a trip down to Florida in our van, melted them in our van, and they were great. I actually have a few favorites now that I'm like, I want to repurchase that. So all the samples I'm very grateful for. I just haven't gotten around to sharing like all of the wax that I ordered, but today's the day. So with all of that rambling being said, I have a ton of stuff to go over with you. I placed this order mainly because I think K's is one of the best vendors out there for if you want to familiarize yourself with certain individual fragrance oils. They carry all, like most of the fragrance oils that I kind of have seen out there with different vendors that you put them in blends, they will carry those individually, which is amazing because it gives you the opportunity to melt them on your own and see if you would like, possibly like that scent in a blend. Or if you have found scents that you really enjoy and it's like blended, but there's like the same fragrance oil in a lot of the blends that you like, maybe it's just that fragrance oil, and this can be like an opportunity for you to like test out that single fragrance oil. So that's kind of how I used this order. I kind of decided to place this order based on like, let me test out some single fragrance oil. So okay, we've got a handful that are some like fall type blends that I wanted to pick up. These 3 I'm thinking of in particular, these were all single fragrance oils of things that, like I mentioned, I saw in blends this year or melted in blends this past fall season that I was like, I think I really like this single fragrance oil. The first one is Oak Barrel Cider, and this is classic cider of apples and spice and notes of warm oak. This is a blend that I saw a couple different vendors do, not a lot of them, only a few, and I really enjoyed this in the blend. So I was like, let me try this out. And this is amazing. I don't know why I like it so much, because it's not typically something that I would gravitate towards. There is definitely a very strong like cinnamon apple type scent, and to me it's kind of like reminiscent of like going over to like my aunt's house, where they would have a lot of like cinnamon apple candles going, and it would be like around like Christmas or fall, and it just smells like warm and inviting and very I don't know how to describe this. Like if you go to like an antique shop and they've got like the, I don't know, like they've got a lot of like, I don't know if it's called like primitive decor. So kind of like, I don't know, just like vintagey looking, like a lot of like plaid, like pretty plaid, kind of patterns and like little decorative hearts and like the stars that you see on like the barns out in New York. I don't know. It's just like, that is what it reminds me of. And it's just very nostalgic to me. The scent is very like nostalgic and like comforting and warm. And the apples in this smell like cooked apples. It doesn't smell like tart or green or fresh. It just smells like cooked or like baked apples simmering in like a cinnamon sugar, like getting ready to prep a apple pie kind of a vibe. And then you do get like a hint of an oak tree scent, but it just pairs so well with like the warmth of like that cinnamon apple scent that it smells so good. I really, really like the scent. That is Oak Barrel Cider. I'm very excited to have this and see how it warms completely on its own. The next one I have is Pumpkin Sugar Donuts. This is a Bath & Body Works dupe. Was the last one a Bath? No, the last one wasn't. This one is a Bath & Body Works dupe. It's pumpkin donuts rolled in sugar and spice. And this is a scent that I have smelled a few different vendors carry currently, or like this past fall season. I've seen a few different vendors carrying the pumpkin sugar donut oil in blends and everything. And once again, every time I would melt those blends, I would be like, I think it's that oil that I really like. And it's been around for a while now. I don't think I've ever had the pumpkin sugar donut candle from Bath & Body Works on its own. But every time I would melt this in blends, I really enjoyed it. And this one, kind of similar to like the last one, also surprised me because there is a dominant, I don't want to say dominant in a bad way, but like there is an obvious cinnamon note in here. But it's not that like prominent when you warm it. It kind of gets toned down and the bakery notes of like the donut comes out. This is a really good scent. This is one that I feel like changes a lot when you warm it, and it just becomes so much creamier and sweeter and less spice forward that like smelling it on cold, I didn't expect that I would like it as much, but every time I've melted this in blends, I've really, really enjoyed it. So that is Pumpkin Sugar Donut. Really like that. So this next one is Toasted Pumpkin Spice. This is roasted pumpkin, fall spice, buttercream, and smoky embers. And it's so funny like seeing all of these now. I'm just kind of like thinking, I think I must like cinnamon spice more than I believed that I did. This scent is phenomenal also. This is one that I found, Zape carried a scent that I really enjoyed that had this same note in there, which was called like Pumpkin Fireside. And then Rose Girls also had toasted pumpkin seeds and candy corn, and that was a scent that I really liked. And I'm pretty sure it's this oil here that was used in those. And then Campfire Cider is the one that I'm thinking of that had the Oak Barrel Cider. That was from Salt Mountain Melts. That's how I found that scent that I really enjoyed. And then Pumpkin Sugar Donut, that was in Creep Show from Teddy Bees, and there was another one from Salt Mountain Melts called like Haunted Bakery maybe. And then that one was why I like that. There are so many, like I'm saying, like so many blends of all these different awesome vendors that I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's that, and I wanted to figure it out. So anyway, back to Toasted Pumpkin Spice. Like I said, Zape had a scent that this was in, and then Rose Girls also did, and it's just the best scent to me. I really enjoy this one. Roasted pumpkin, yes, I do get like a roasty note, but it's not, it also says smoky embers. It's not smoky to me. This is like almost, definitely you can smell like a strong cinnamon. It says fall spice, but you can definitely smell like a strong cinnamon clove scent in here. And you do get like a roasted quality, but it's not like overwhelmingly like smoky, choke you out kind of a scent. It just smells like sweet and warm and edible. Like there is buttercream in here, and I feel like maybe that's also what's helping. It just smells yummy. I don't know how else to describe it. If you have tried pumpkin fireside or fireside pumpkin, or toasted pumpkin seeds and candy corn, and you like either of those and you're like, what is that note that I love so much? I just watched another video where somebody was talking about there being like a toasted pumpkin. Who was it? Candace maybe? I think it was maybe Candace, and she said that she was like, I think there's a cinnamon note in this blend, and I recognized the toasted pumpkin seed oil, and I was like, I think it's that. It's just so good. It's a really, really, really good scent, and it's also very like unique because it's not used in a ton of blends, but every time it is, I'm just like, that's so good. So Let me move on to, let's do this one that can also kind of, well, you know what? No, let me do roasted pine cones. So roasted pine cones is a scent that has been blowing up for the vendor wax world, which is awesome because it's a really great scent. And this is a scent that Kay's carries multiple, or at least 3 that I can think of, pine cone scents. So they've got toasted pine or roasted pine cones. They have just plain pine cones, and they have frosted pine cones, I believe. And I've seen a lot of also other vendors doing like blends of like pine cone oils. And I think the majority of vendors are using this roasted pine cone oil. I have tried just the straight up pine cone oil from Kay's, and this is like years ago. I was going on a hunt. There was a vendor that closed that carried a scent called Blue December, and it was pine cones and sandalwood. And I loved that scent so much. And this was like probably at least 4 or 5 years ago now, if not more. And I was on the hunt for that scent to try to like recreate it. And I tried Kay's pine cones, not the roasted pine cones, just the pine cones. And I blended it with sandalwood, and it wasn't that scent. Now I'm realizing that it was roasted pine cones. So it was a different oil that I think was in the blend, or possibly it was just this on its own, because the notes of this are crisp pine, sandalwood, vanilla, and hints of berry. So within it, there is sandalwood and vanilla. So I'm thinking it maybe like Blue December was just this, because it smells just like that to me. This just smells like straight up like that scent. So I am so thrilled to have this. Like I said, I've seen this in so many blends, which makes me really happy because this is such a good scent. But I think this scent is just perfect on its own. Like, this scent on its own is perfection. This is Cashmere Plum. This is plum, amber, sugar, vanilla, and musk. And I know Rainbow Melt had this scent in a blend that I enjoyed. And then Teddy Bees also has the scent in a blend, which I haven't melted but enjoy on cold. And I just wanted some more of this just like on its own because it's really, really good. So this one, it doesn't smell great on cold to me. But when you warm this one, it changes. So it becomes like this sweet, like clean, cashmere like sweater kind of a scent, but like with this sweet berry plum kind of vibe. And it really, I mean, it smells okay on cold because I keep smelling it, but it really transforms when you warm it. And this is one that I remember I didn't like it on cold originally, and then I warmed it and I was like, oh, what the heck have I been missing out on? It was so, so pretty. So that is Cashmere Plum. It's such a beautiful, unique single fragrance oil, and I really, really like it. This one is Sweet Snow, and this scent is cool mint, powdery snow, tonka bean, and vanilla. This scent is, I believe, I'm like 98% sure, that is Ice Palace from Rose Girls. So I think it's just this scent, and I loved Ice Palace. Maybe she added another thing in Ice Palace, but I loved that scent so much, and I didn't see it come back on its own this year. I did just see she blended it with Cookie Land. It was like Cookie Land, Ice Palace and Cookie Land, or Ice Cookies and Ice Palace Land. So she did some combo of both of them, I believe. And I'm pretty sure it's Ice Palace is a single fragrance oil. So cool mint, powdery snow, tonka bean, and vanilla. And if you enjoy a very pretty, like subtly soft, creamy vanilla mint scent, then this is it. This is just like the smoothest, creamiest, most beautiful, soft, toned down mint with like this creamy vanilla like ribbon wrapped around it. It's so beautiful. I love this scent. It is gorgeous. I am so happy that I found the single fragrance oil of it. When I was like looking through the Kay's site, I like saw this and I was like losing my mind. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure that this is the scent I've been looking for. And now that I'm smelling it, can confirm, pretty sure it's this. Amazing. I love it. So that one is great as well. I have one here. This is Ice Vanilla Woods. This is a scent that, once again, also has been like going around the vendor wax world. I, however, have been a little nervous about this. There are a lot of blends that I've seen that I've been kind of tempted to pick up, but because there is a lavender note in this, I've always been a little like worried, because I'm personally just not a huge fan of lavender and wax. But my nose is kind of picky when it comes to lavender. If there is lavender in like woods, or it's like an herbal leaning lavender, I typically find that I enjoy it more than like a sweet lavender. Weird, because you would think that somebody that doesn't like lavender would rather like a sweet one than an herbal, but I don't know. I don't get my nose. I just do what she says. So anyway, this scent I've seen a lot of different vendors carry. The notes are lavender, vanilla, woods, and musk. And I wanted just to give it a go on its own and melt it on its own to see if I would enjoy it, because I have a feeling that this is also a single fragrance oil that we'll see come back a lot next winter. So I was like, let me test it out. I do have this in a few different blends. There are like too many to name because it's been blowing up lately. But like I said, I just wanted to test it, and I like this. I would say this lavender to me is definitely, because it's paired with the woods and the musk, it definitely leans more like a scent that you would like find in a cologne, like it's a cologne kind of leaning scent to my nose, rather than just like, oh, that's straight up lavender. This also is a Bath and Body Works dupe, which I also have never smelled that on its own. I like this scent. It, to my nose, is a tad bit cloying. Like, I feel like if I melted too many cubes of this, it might give me a headache. I don't know for sure, but this is one that I think does smell really nice. It's not like overly like lavender punchy in the face. It's more like cologne-y, kind of like with a lavender note in it, you know? So that one is nice. I am very excited to melt that one and see if I do enjoy it. I'll have to melt like one cube at a time in a big space to kind of test it though, because I feel like it's on the verge of giving me a headache. So that is Ice Vanilla Woods. I have 4 here that I have never smelled before, but just sounded really good. And 1 here that I have melted part of. So this one that I have is Santa's Fireplace. This is a house blend scent. So I picked up the one of the notes in here individually, but this is also blended with 2 other notes. So there is Christmas Tree, Apple Fireside, and Pink Sugar Cookie. And the one note that I blended within this is Apple Fireside, which is like Marshmallow Fireside and Macintosh Apple. And I absolutely loved that Apple Fireside scent. And I debated getting that on its own, but then I saw this in the blend. It just sounded like I would really enjoy it. So gorgeous like marbling detail on this, I think. It's just so pretty. And I really, really enjoy this. So sometimes pink sugar blends can make me a little nervous, but because this was pink sugar cookie, I thought it'd be a little bit more toned back, and because it was blended with the other things, I thought I'd be able to handle it better, and I can. I really don't smell too much pink sugar in this at all. Mostly this is just like that apple fireside scent with like Christmas trees and like a kind of a sweetness, an extra sweetness, which I'm sure is that pink sugar cookie, but it's not like pink sugar dominant. So that's great. Really enjoyed that. And then these 4 are never tried them before, just thought they sounded really good. We have Vanilla Valentine, Sweet Creamy Vanilla, and Soft Musk. And this is a pretty like pale, almost like pinkish tan color. It's got some like glitter on the back. And this one smells so familiar to me. This kind of reminds me, back in the day, Bath and Body Works had a candle called Creamy Marshmallow or Gooey Marshmallow. It was Gooey Marshmallow. And it came out one year for like the winter season or maybe on Candle Day, and then I never saw it again, and it was one of the best ones that they've ever put out. This reminds me of Gooey Marshmallow. This is a really, really well done like marshmallow vanilla scent. Honestly, if this performs well, which I'm really hopeful it will, but sometimes vanilla scents can be touch and go. If it does perform good, this is one that I might want to pick up in a larger size because it smells like the most authentic, creamy, partially roasted marshmallow, not full on marshmallow fireside roasted, but like somewhere in the middle where the marshmallow is getting sweet and gooey, but not like roasty. So that one is very, very nice. This one is High Desert. It's cactus leaves, agave sugar, Siberian fir, and mango. And honestly, this one just sounded super unique. It's really pretty green, also has some mica I can see on it, pretty green wax. And this one is unique. This one is so interesting. It kind of reminds me of like a margarita. Like it kind of smells like a, not like a mango margarita. It does smell like a tropical drink, but like a margarita that's not just lime. Like there are other kind of tropical fruit notes in it. And then it's got like a sprig of like fir. I mean, it says fir, but it kind of reminds me of like if there was a garnished, like, I don't know, rosemary. If you put like a garnished rosemary on like a tropical drink margarita, it's very like, it makes my mouth salivate. Very like tropical juice drink kind of. It doesn't say lime in it, but to me it smells like lime. It smells like a limey, mango-y, tropical juice kind of margarita. So that one is really, really pretty. I like that one a lot. Without like that salt note. Oh, Jade's going crazy. Come here, Jadey. Come here. But yeah, really, really enjoy that one. That is High Desert. I have Tonka and Oud. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, next I have Tonka and Oud, and this one is amaretto, tonka bean, musk, rum, and sweet oud, or oud, whatever, however you say that, type of wood. This one is, sorry, my cat really wants attention right now. This one is just a plain old like white tan wax. This one to me smells like baby powder, not in a bad way. It's just like a very, it's a very powdery floral to my nose. I couldn't tell you, I don't smell any rum in this. I don't smell any tonka bean. Maybe. I don't really get amaretto. I personally, to my nose, which my nose is unique and everybody smells things differently, but to me, this smells like a baby powder, like a very powdery floral type scent. That's the vibe I get from this. So this one isn't a favorite, but could totally change when I warm it. And also, if you have like a nursery, this one to me smells like this would be like a baby's nursery type scent. It's very cute, very soft, and like pretty. But I don't know if I'd want to melting throughout my whole house. This might be a bathroom or bedroom only type melt for me, but that's Tonka and Oud. And then finally, I have Cranberry Kettle Corn, and this one is dried cranberry, melted butter, red raspberry, and kettle corn. And this one just sounded super yummy and unique. Once again, like a tan white wax here. And this one smells really yummy. To me, this kind of reminds me of like a, if you've ever, this is so weird, if you've ever drank those like popsicles, or like if you've had those like push-up popsicles that you like break apart and they're like the long sticks you stick in the freezer, and you've had it like one of the blue ones like melted, or like a blue raspberry snow cone, that's what this smells like to me. Like a melted blue raspberry snow cone. I don't get a whole lot of kettle corn. Maybe there is like a slight salty kind of a note, but it doesn't smell overly like, it doesn't overly smell like popcorn. Maybe a hair if I really try to get it, but mostly it smells like a blue raspberry melted snow cone, like the syrup, like a very syrupy blue raspberry type scent, or raspberry scent, I guess. It doesn't say blue raspberry, but in my brain I'm like, it's a blue raspberry. But it's really, really pretty and very unique. So this is one I might have to throw in my fair themed or carnival circus themed melting basket this year, because it definitely reminds me of that vibe for sure. So that one is Cranberry Kettle Corn. And that is it. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will talk to you all in the next video.